Hi guys, just want to say thanks a lot for inviting us over here, because this is a truly remarkable experience to be in front of such wonderful TEDx people. First, I'd like to say a big thank you to Trisha over here as a co-curator. Trish, put your hand up. Trish and I went through a huge journey, as you've all done, I think, by putting on a TEDx event. And we're still married, which is quite astonishing. Thank you for reminding me. And I went to TED in Monterey about 3 or 4 years ago and came back and became an automatic and straight away a TEDaholic. And when I got back, I was so touched by it that I ended up going to my son's high school and saying to the guys, "You got to see this. Have you seen this?" And nobody in the school had seen it. We got we got TED into the school. We got a program going within the school community. We got it up onto the site. The boys created a little intranet. It was fantastic. They started debating and discussing all the podcasts that they'd seen, and it turns out a lot of the TED speakers actually are wrong. And apparently the mapping of the human genome is not correct. And this was wonderful because this gave the boys, as a boys' school, gave the boys confidence. So on the back of this, I was really keen to host like the TED Salon thing you've been talking about. So we started actually creating a couple of these. Became really, really effective. Then when the TEDx opportunity came up, we decided, and having seen the impact and the power of young people, high school students, given the permission to actually start to ask questions, because they are interested, give that chance, was quite overwhelming. So when we did it, we decided, and we had an opportunity to host it in kind of the casinos, the Sky Cities, the big theatres and that sort of thing. We said, no, we're going to do this in a high school. So we held it in the high school. We put on an event that at the end of it, somebody said to us, "How much did that cost?" About 200,000. This is New Zealand dollars, about $180,000. That's a huge event. It was fantastic. It actually cost us $7,000 to put on. That's our total budget for the whole thing. It was a whole day with a party and everything afterwards. And it was done because of the volunteers and everybody that had bought into TED. But the real challenge for us was nobody in New Zealand at corporate level had actually heard of TED. That was the biggest mistake that I had made, because I love it and it's my life. We actually spent zero money on our marketing, and as a marketing guy that's actually not a good thing to actually talk about, but we actually spent zero money through social networking. It worked a dream. But when we went to get sponsors, nobody had heard of TED. That's a really, really big thing for all of us to take on board, that actually it's about the sponsorship that actually will make that happen. So we just want to say that that's gone down so well and so incredibly taken up by the young people that we're actually going to meet the Prime Minister and the Education Minister of New Zealand. They want to back us, they want to help us, and we're actually going to do a simulcast through the high schools in New Zealand on our event in later on this year. And I think that's a really good thing. So if anyone wants to talk about that, love to hear.